Radio. Good morning, peace and prosperity, beautiful people. It's another wonderful day on Authentic Philosophies, and I'm your host, Imani, and I'm here with my girl always.
It's Lucci.
Yo, respect the talent.
It's DJ Nate G.
Dropping the newest joints in your dough.
All right.
We're gonna learn today.
Right. Real shit. Stress free over here, man. Real rap. You need to stop with all your stressing. Right? Stop worrying about your problems and get focused on your blessings. Real shit. Life's a gift, you should focus on the present. Right? And we ain't never failing, we just out here learning lessons. Real shit. Real shit. You need to quit with all your bitching. You need to smoke a J and get some fucking in your system. Real shit. Stop worrying about the things in life you know that you ain't fixing. You can't fix it all. Shit, life will give you answers if you take the time to listen. Real shit. Real shit. You need to stop with all your stressing. The thoughts that you invest in can lead you into depression and give you some peace of mind. What are you pressing? Your challenges and your blessings. Your perception helps define how you feeling at the time. Me, I'm inclined to doing fine. Ain't worried what you do with your life, I'm doing mine. Ain't worried what goes on in the world, nigga, I'm straight. It's clear to see I'm handling business, no suit and ties. I've been unsupervised, my rap's been supersized. Ain't worried about none of these cats who scrutinize. Ain't worried about none of the hate. I know it's fake when you great, that these niggas can't wait for your demise. But me, I never fold, I'm just sticking to the code. Driving never slow, no matter what's in the road. Life ain't always easy, I know that's the way it go. Take my advice, you wanna get it in control. You need to stop with all your stress. Stop worrying about your problems and get focused on your blessings. Real shit. Life's a gift, you should focus on the present. Right? Shit, we ain't never failing, we just out here learning lessons. Real shit. Real shit. Life's a gift, motherfucker. It ain't easy, but the shit is what it is, motherfucker. You had a bad day, now you pissed, motherfucker. But you woke up, so you rich, motherfucker. Need to stop with that complaining. How you run around hating on your life when you out here maintaining. Stop with all that stressing when this shit get frustrating. Know the sun around the corner when it's raining, nigga. Quit with all that bitch. You need this, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need this.
If you want this answer, then you gotta pay the fee. My old heads told me I ain't worth it if it's cheap. Double cup of walkie, I be spilling on the seats. Niggas not a stain on me, I ain't even got a case. Money on my mind, riding around with my heater cocked. Wondering how many hundreds fit inside the Yeezy box. I be hearing people say my name that I don't see a lot. Hit it, then I pass her, treat her like I do my weed a lot. I just like my weed, like my lean, need the seal. Place your order for the Percocet, the script already spilled. OT chopping, man, I swear I made a kill. Giving 30s off of 50s and they think we giving deals. 80s for 100s and they think we showing love. Gotta maximize my profit just to throw it in the club. Gang life, ENT, my label full of thugs. Only cherish one relationship and that's me and my plugs, nigga. Yeah, that's me and my plug. But if you're in the college, leave me some.
This is the man.
DJ Nate G.
In the mix, y'all.
Shake that. Come on, little shake it. Come on, shake it. You doing a beam in the beamer. I was just say Salima. Like I can feel it. I be sipping that purple. I got that glass, I'm alive to your girl. You got that city on lock for the go turn up. They knew I be dropping. That little she wanna get here, she see like I go out. Yeah, she see like I go out. Yeah, I be sipping that wild. Yeah, I be sipping on wild flow project. They get real. Nigga get smoke on the field. Nigga be pop. On the pill. Fiends become pills. Fiends become pills. Fiends become pills. Shake that. Hands up in the air. All you gotta do, shake that. Shake that. Your left to the right. Come on. Come on, shake that. Come on, shake that. All you gotta do is put your hands up, down, shake that. All you gotta do is put your hands up in the air, just shake that. Shake that. Turn up, shake it.
Shout out to my man Nate G's, the music mixologist. Check him out. He's doing this thing. If you need your shit right, holler right at him.
Smoke that la 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 la. I sing you a la 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 la. Bye 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 bye. La 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 la. Yeah, I smoke that la la la. These niggas lie, they like to lie a lot. We'll hop off the ride inside the fire shots. We're leaving no post on this entire block. My ambition's to ride, nigga, I am Pac. La-li-dee-da-day. Shot him in his face, niggas did it in broad day. Hey, fool, la la la, la la la. It really look like refugees out on my block. My niggas nearly not gon' freeze out on my block. Bodies falling just like these out on my block. It's cold, you can feel the breeze out on my block. Cameras in the D's out on my block.
Day on Authentic Philosophies, and I'm your host, Imani, and I'm here with it's Lucci.
This so soulful right here, man. I want to take it back. I got a story for y'all. Got so many memories, why wouldn't I expose? Umi used to sell half a cent to buy his clothes. Everyday struggle where we grew up wasn't top notch. No steak, chicken noodle soup inside the crock pot. At this time, checked around from Tribe, had the top spot. On Red City top 10. Rap was really hot then. This is when the people wanted talent more than nonsense. Conscious with the content. Wonder where that time went. I can see it vividly. It's in my mental Rolodex. Peace, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I know this stuff. When things ain't going right, please believe I'm going left like Jordan versus the Lakers. That's a game I won't forget. This was the year we found out Nasty Nas was ill. Desmond Howard won the Heisman. Giants beat the Bills. Around that time I started utilizing my skill. Started a soccer, 1991 was real. Never let them know what's in your hand, make them wonder. Grind all winter, turn it way up in the summer. What you see is what you get, never been a runner. Let me take y'all on the trip and I was never let them know what's in your hand, make them wonder. Grind all winter, turn it way up in the summer. What you see is what you get, never been a runner. Let me take y'all on the trip when I was younger. This was the year that the number 6 Jordans dropped. Only 9, but my soul was older cause I saw a lot. Used to hang the crate up on the gate so we could ball a lot. Didn't run the fastest, but I had a damn Ollie shot. Summertime, I will and jazz made the party pop. Barry Sanders break
go there with me. Don't go there with me. You want to keep it real, you keep it real with me. Because I ain't for no game.
Good morning. I can't hear myself again. No, I can't hear you either. Okay. Well, good morning. It's Lucci. Imani. Can we hear you now? Talk now, Imani. We are doing Zoom, just so y'all know. So we are trying to get Imani situated on this Zoom because I can't hear her. All right, I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
Yay!
Prosperity, beautiful people. It's another wonderful Monday on Authentic Philosophies, and you got me, Imani, and of course my girl, which she herself. But we also have a guest in the house today. Introduce yourself.
How you doing today? My name is B Noir, B Noir 1992 on Instagram. You can follow me there. I'm an artist, a host, all types of things. Actor, a writer. So I'm happy to be here today with you guys and just chatting it up.
I appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming. So what's been going on? What's the week like? Because as you can see, I'm not in the city right now. So what's been going on your end?
Well, you want to talk about Monday?
Yeah,
what we did Monday? You was there Monday. So, yeah, you could talk about Monday.
I was here. Monday, we didn't really do that much on the show. We wanted to use that show to dedicate the time to the listeners because we normally dedicate our show to the viewers, and I forget that we are a radio show. So we played mostly music all day. Shout out to DJ Nate for the 2 DJ Nate mixes. And also, if you want to be on one of the mixes for the month, the cost is, what's the cost, Lucci?
It's $40 for the month.
It's $40 for the month, just for the month. And the songs will be reviewed beforehand.
And
I said that on Monday, but
I needed DJ Nate mix.
Exactly.
So, invest in yourself. Get on this mix. It's going to be played for a month. Let's get your songs out there. Let's get the viewers and the listeners on it. Let's do this. So all you got to do is hit up one of our pages, Walk with Imani, or LouchieTotes, or you can hit up the Authentic Philosophy page and get with us.
Yep, all the information.
Tuesday, I don't think I did anything Tuesday. I didn't do nothing Tuesday. I think I slept Tuesday because I ain't go to work. I normally have an old lady story to tell y'all, but I ain't go to work this Tuesday. So Wednesday I was at Paulie and the Gang, and you were on Paulie and the Gang.
Paulie and the Gang was so lit. It was so lit. Shout out to Paulie and the Gang.
It was a good episode. So if y'all didn't go see that, make sure y'all go on YouTube, go watch the interview, go listen to the music. It's a whole vibe. Fly Day was me, Paulie, and Marley the Great on Fly Girls. We talked about some things. So we talked about how transgender people want us to change breastfeeding to chest feeding, and they said they want us to change vaginal birth to something else. I forget what they said. And I feel like fuck y'all. That's how I feel about it. Fuck y'all.
I don't feel like it needs to be changed, but we already changed everything else.
If y'all want to call it that for the transgender people, then yeah, call it that for the transgender people. But for everyone else, no.
Right. The whole term doesn't need to be changed, and that's
it don't even sound right. We don't even have chests. We have breasts. Men have chests.
I'm gonna say it's going on here? It's still a breast, regardless. If you're breastfeeding, you don't have just a chest like a man. You have breasts, so it's breastfeeding. You can't change the terminology because it's gonna make you uncomfortable.
Get your feelings together, like I said
last time. You are all together, breast or not.
It's breastfeeding, and it's gonna stay that way.
And it's gonna be vaginal birth because if you're giving birth, you got a vagina.
Right.
But you can't change it to anything else.
Dicks don't give birth.
No way.
No.
They just,
They don't.
They just dick.
They just give the sperm and shit.
Just dick around.
And then we talked about how there is a transgender man that got a woman. He got a couple women pregnant. I think it was like 2 women pregnant in the New Jersey prison. And
I did see
how
that.
that's not right, that transgender men should just be able to go into a female's prison. Like, if you got a dick, you should go to a male prison. I can see
Yeah,
if you
you're
got
not
if you
fully
got it
transitioned,
changed
I don't
into
think
that and all that stuff, then yeah. But if you didn't, then take your ass to the male prison.
Yeah, I agree. If you're not fully transitioned, you need to be wherever your sexual organs put
And
you.
then the man that they showed, he don't even look transgender. He looked like he painted eyebrows on him. Like he just used a marker and went like this and shit and painted his eyebrows up to make it look like arched and shit, but it was horrible. And then he just had his hair in a ponytail.
Well, it's rough in jail. Maybe he just don't have his usual hairstylist.
They showed the before and after picture. All he did was grow his hair and put a ponytail in. I said, I'm transgender.
Wow.
All right, anyway, so Saturday was the brunch at Cat Studio. Shout out to CEO Rose. Shout out to Fatima from Fair. That was a whole fun event. It was.
I missed it.
It was vending. They had open mic. It was great music. Like, it was a live band there, and they was fucking awesome. Like, they could play anything that you wanted them to play. Like, and then it just sounded like, I love jazz. So it's like when the jazz and the background music, they all laughing, ha ha ha, and talking to each other and shit. And they was doing that, and I was like, yo, this is a whole vibe.
What was
It is.
It was at Cat Studios in Chester.
That was the next one. Hopefully.
How often
They're going to be doing them often. The brunches, they're going to be doing them often. So whenever they post them, I'll post them and I'll let you know.
Yes, I will be.
But you could go to official CEO Row on Instagram, and he got all the he is the in charge of all the event planning and all that stuff. So if you do need to, like, get your picture, your pictures done, small studio, what is it? Oh my God, brain fart, you guys.
Take your time.
He got basically places you can do, like, you can do a small movie in there. You can do photo shoots in there. You can do venues in there. Like, it's
like a
big as
media
shit.
room.
Yeah, like it's a whole media building. And it's 3 floors with big ass fucking rooms with.
I think I've been there before.
It's awesome. I love it. I took a
I
picture
know
there
the pictures,
in front of the microphone.
I was about to say, the pictures that Lucci took there was lit. Like, I was like, what? She a whole model. I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
I'm not. I just take my own
The
pictures.
pictures was lit. No, it definitely, those pictures was like album cover worthy for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Can we see
Y'all
the
could
pictures?
get together and you could do albums. Yeah.
So it's on Instagram.
Okay, I gotta check it out. I'm tapped in already.
Sunday, you could talk about Sunday because I wasn't there.
Oh, Sunday. So
Still
Sunday we
Wasted
had
Festival.
the members only Still Wasted Festival from 1 to 1, and literally went from 1 to 1. I was there from 9 to fucking 2, 3 in the morning. We had like something like 30 artists come touch the stage all the way through the day, starting at about 3. I did 2 different sets. Couple new songs I debuted out there. Kravitz came through, Glocker Red Radio. Shout out to them for showing up, popping out. We had DJ Nate spinning.
Shout out DJ Nate.
DJ Nate came in there. He got a little frustrated in the middle of the set. He was like, "Man, hey, have y'all shit ready?" Like, he got mad at the artist. So man, but make sure when y'all go to these bigger, type festival things, y'all get. I learned to. learn really have a
when
flash
you go
drive.
Anywhere,
have a flash drive, because you never know what the system is going to be like, and sometimes shit just doesn't, work. So for those who didn't perform, we got members only tonight. So if you free, come out. I know some people kind of just left because it was getting late. But we had a good turnout. Everybody was peaceful. It was a lot of good vibes in the building. A lot of vendors came out. Shout out to all the vendors that was in the building. We had food, so it was a good joint. So that was our first one.
Get your fly packs because we had fly team in the building.
Oh yeah, fly team. Yo,
so
matter of fact,
make
tap
sure
me in
y'all
with
get
him.
your fly team merch at Fly Boy Friday Radio.
Tap me in with him because I gotta get some merch for sure. But yeah, it was a good time. And if you missed it, we're gonna have another one maybe at some point in the summer. Maybe outside. Hopefully, we're shooting for going outside venue and then make it even bigger. So.
That'd be fun. Outside.
Get that live band going. That'd be
tough.
That would be
a live band would
be shout out to Ace the Chemist and Missy Porter and all the people over at Members Only for putting that thing together. I helped curate as well, but it was really an event that they was able to, put together. 1122 Studios.
And make sure y'all go tonight for members only.
Yeah, definitely pop out the members
it's
only.
Always a vibe at members
That's
only.
every week. Like
every Monday.
Every Monday. You mean that was one thing
on a Monday.
But that's the Monday. Every Monday you can come out and perform like in front of people that actually give a fuck about your music. So it's
and they going to give you good feedback.
Yeah, and if it's ass, I mean, you going
they going to tell you they not going to be like, oh, it's ass, get the fuck out of here.
But you going to see somebody
like,
sleeping
look,
and shit. It's going to be
this joint. You could do better this way. That they're going
Right.
to give you good feedback to help you do better.
I compare members only to like going to the gym as an artist, like just punching the bag. What works, what doesn't. Getting your lyricals. I mean, some people they have fear of performing. So coming to these venues like this give you a chance to perform in front of other performers and also see what they do. It's like I'll take notes from everybody. Every time I see someone perform at any place, I take notes. What did they do to keep the crowd engaged?
And it's a good way to network.
It definitely.
Definitely.
Yes, the network
Definitely
is amazing.
A good way to network.
Sure.
You want to get somebody out on your music. You might see a different vibe. You might want to try. Like it's
the collaborations that come out too. Like I was able to collaborate with shout out to Smooth Latin. If you ever see him perform, he came to me at an open mic. It was like, yo, I like what you do, and we did a tape. So our tape is coming out soon. We got some shit we're working on, and it was just like. Once we vibed and linked up in that space, we knew what we both were capable of because we saw each other perform. We knew what it was already. So it wasn't like, oh, I don't know who this person is. Like, I seen you. I know what you do. Let's pop on. Let's hop in on some beats. Let's talk about music for real. And that's kind of how, that's another reason why you should, as an artist, if you're not going to open mics and not performing, you're not really extending your network because you're just, I'm going to do music. I'm going to record and drop. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
It's so many artists just in our city alone, let alone the world and the country and all that. So if you're not popping out to these local, I mean, I don't want to call them mob and pop shop because these are big deal showcases.
They are.
Capone was out yesterday. Glockerware came out yesterday. Like it wasn't just,
shout out to
you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of big players in the building. So if you didn't come out and then try to perform, the spots were doable. We had $25 spots in the morning time. You know what I'm saying? And then the daytime, like 50, 75 to 100. But you had your budget. Like it wasn't just like we just want all your money. It was like, come out. And then at one point, Ace the Chemist actually posted, if you want to perform for free, all you have to do is pay to get in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to what else could you possibly do to take advantage of being an artist?
Right.
So, I don't know.
Y'all better get on it.
Tap in. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, artists got to start taking advantage of all of these opportunities that are out there.
Because, me personally, I'm probably perform, if at minimum, twice a week. And members only on Monday and Artist Playground on Wednesday. I host Artist Playground on Wednesday. So I perform there. So I'm always sharpening my craft, trying new music, what works, what doesn't. And I know now I can go to a bigger set and say, this is the 3 songs that work for my crowd, and I know I can make it work for this crowd. You know what I'm saying? So, because those 3 song sets can be exaggerating. If you don't have the right songs, you're just moving and you don't know what the next vibe is, it can get real difficult. and then you lose the crowd, and that's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not on purpose, right? Like, people have short attention spans. Like, if you don't catch me with the first song, you kind of lost me at that point.
And don't have your song all long.
Yeah.
Like super, super long.
Shout out to the long songers. The 5-minute intro bulls. Like, come on. Don't give us a whole scene from Rush Hour 5 and shit. Like, nigga, we want to hear the music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Nobody want to hear all this. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. Like, for an album. But when you're performing, I want to get you in and out. It's like, I call it the elevator pitch for music, right? I get on stage. I'm going to give you my quick 2 minutes. This is who I am. I'm going to punch something real quick, a freestyle, something that's tough, and I'm going to keep you engaged all through my set. Right. 15-minute sets are not easy, guys. Like, if you ever done a 15-minute set, believe me, it's not easy. The goal is to work up to an hour set. That's the major sets, right? That's the J. Cole's and the Big Sean's and these big sets. They doing hour sets. But they can't do an hour set of just the same shit. They got to switch it up and keep the energy for an hour. We're talking about 15-minute sets, and people struggle with it. I've seen it. They get too wordy. They want to give you the best freestyle ever. You gotta get a hook. You gotta get a hook in there. Because if I don't know your music, I want to hear a hook. If I don't hear a hook, I'm lost. I hear you, but it's a concert. I'm kind of like, I hear you, but I don't hear you. Unless this shit is so hard and it's so focused that you like, oh, this shit is hard.
Bland out.
You gonna fuck around and just blend into the rest of the sounds that's going on around you. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll this weed up. He taking too long.
Like, really look at your catalogs. Like, all artists, look at your catalogs and see the music that works for the crowd. Don't do the song, this is the hottest shit I ever did. It may be that, but it might not be for that crowd. Know your crowd. Know where you're going. Like, if I'm going to it's Miss Seeley's House of Blues in Jersey. They have an open mic on Tuesday nights or some shit. I popped out one time. It's called Miss Seeley's House of Blues. So you can't come in there with the rah-rah rap that you would bring to maybe, another venue where it calls for that.
Right.
This is the house of blues. So you're an R&B singer, maybe a conscious rapper. That's your crowd. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go to so-and-so up on so-and-so Ave, and that's where everybody's talking about, you know what I mean, trapping and getting money, then that's the trapping and getting money side. Like, you got to know your crowd. I mean, poets, I had this conversation with poets. Poets get mad. They go to open mics where it's like, rah, rah, rah. They do a poem and nobody listen. That's not your crowd. You're the brunch crowd. You're the open conscious mic crowd. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me as an artist, I'm an artist, a creator. I don't want to get discouraged because I went to the wrong crowd. Because it's not that. Sometimes we lose artists based on that. Damn, I went to this open mic, they ain't fuck with me. That wasn't your crowd. You feel me? Until that becomes your crowd, you can't just go in there. It's a respect thing, right? You can't just come on the scene, I'm an artist. Nigga, we all artists. So, like, what are you saying? So, I just want artists, I'm sorry. I don't want to run on, but I don't want artists that believe they're not artists because they're not in the right crowd. You feel me? We're losing too many artists, so I'm just going to stop doing it and do something else. No, that's not your crowd. And once you find your niche, you might have to travel. You might have to go to another state. But you'll find somebody that's like, oh, I see your value and I want to work with you. I want to build your craft. Same thing with comedians.
Yeah.
Every comedian can't do every crowd. Like, some comedians can talk shit and other comedians have to start up, hey, I got to tell jokes here because it's a tell joke crowd. You know what I'm saying? Just know what your niche is.
I went to a comedy show and they do kind of like, with the first couple jokes, they do kind of fill you out to see what type of crowd you is. But like, oh, y'all ain't going to like these jokes because y'all
not that crowd. You know what I'm saying?
I got to switch things up and stuff. Like, they do try to fill you out to see what they going, how they going to do it. It's
just more than showing up. That's the key. I want all artists to challenge themselves, even myself, to tighten up. We have to come into these venues knowing where we're going. That's just what it is. If we're coming alone, who's going to be there? I'm not saying for safety reasons. I'm saying who's going to be in the house. Who's the big players? Is it a Glockerware there? Is it who's here? Because these people might be able to change my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One person can change your whole path, your whole career path.
Right.
Because it happened to me. I was the same bull. I was the conscious rapper. Like, I didn't know where I fit into the game because everybody around me was the trap hard. You mean, we going to talk about the getting money and killing shit. And I fucked with all that, but that wasn't me. So I had to find my lane. But those lanes kept opening up in those same pockets. So now I could do a song like Hancock, which if you haven't heard it, is not a typical song. But I can do that at members only and get the same response I can get in Jersey at a Miss Silly's House of Blues. I can do this shit anywhere because now I found my craft and how I work it. So that's research. It's not just showing up and just plug my music up. Let me go on. No, like, it's more than that.
All right. So how did you get into music? Like,
so how I got into music pretty much from poetry. I was doing a lot of street poems. That was my shit. Like, I love performing. If I don't love nothing else, I love performing. I love the process of making music, but I also love performing music. So I always think of every song as a theatrical acting. Like, I've taken like the likes of Michael Jackson, who always had a music video movie type genre. That's where I'm at with my craft. That's what I'm working on now. I'm trying to kind of dial back from the creating process because it's taxing. Going to the studio and writing and getting in the booth and take, get the song right. That's a process, but the visuals is now kind of something I want to move to. I only have one visual out. Hancock is on YouTube. Shout out to Who's the Shooter. He shot that for me. But I want to do more of that because the music that I'm making is really theatrical once I really start giving you guys these visuals. But I just started music from the pandemic. I was bored in the house. I ain't have shit to do. I mean, we was all sitting there. It was like, wake up every day, waking big. It started getting old to me. I started getting real stagnant. And I'm like, damn, what can I do to contribute? Because at the time, really what was happening was a shift in, like, the world. Like, everything was fucked up. I was living up here, and I was walking down to go pay my rent. I remember forget this shit. And the fucking DTRL was on fire. And in my neighborhood. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck did I miss? Like, it's like, I'm saying, like, I came outside for, like, the first, like, because I don't know how everybody else is dealing with the pandemic, but I got food for several days and just stayed in the crib because there was no reason to go outside. But then when I came outside to see part of my community really burning down, I'm not saying that it was right or wrong because I don't want to stand on that side. It happened. That's how I'm looking at it, So my thing was, how do I respond? And that was music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like, I'm gonna go back in the house and just write some shit because this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I started music. So I've really only been doing music for about a year now. And I just been growing with the craft and trying to figure out where I fit into the culture of it all.
So, what do you think you learned so far?
I learned a lot. I mean, I learned that first of all, you got to get your business right. If you're gonna do this at a high level, which I plan on doing, I want to become a full-time artist. My business is not where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna be honest, and it's just because I jumped into it with 2 feet, hoping that I touched something. You know what I'm saying? I jumped off the side of the building, hoping that I touched the ground, and I fell for a minute, free fall, and I caught something. All right, cool, got that. Then I got my other hand on something else, and I started trying to pull myself back up because I fell from where I was supposed to be. If I would have started off right. Songs like Hancock, Bobby Boucher Jr. These songs are getting spun on internet radio 3 times a day, getting stream after stream. But guess what? They're not the way they're supposed to be. The business wasn't right. I should be getting paid off of it, and I'm not. And I'll be the poster child for the kid who fucked up. I will be him because I know I did. Right? I'm sitting there looking at the stream. I'm sitting back looking at the streams like, God damn, they got how many streams? And how many states? And how many cities? How many countries? And I get none of that? Okay, I fucked up. I'll take it. And that's another reason why I'm taking that back seat to like fall back and see like, who can I talk to help me get this right? Because if I can make money off of this shit, I'm gonna create the art at a high level. I told myself, at first it was, I want a deal. Right? Who doesn't say that coming into the game of music? Mm-hmm. Now I'm sitting there like, maybe I don't need a deal if I could just push the right promotion behind what I already got going on. So my thing is, I do want to be an artist. I do. Full time, like literally every day, wake up and do art. But I also want to make profit off of what I'm creating,
right?
Because it's time. I pay for studio time. I pay for, visuals. If I got a visual, I pay for shit. I pay for consultations. I'm a consultation guru. Like I will go to anybody in this city right now and be like, how much time for me to talk to you? And the response that I get for that shit, people respect me way more than you think because it's like, you want to pay me to talk to me? And they sometimes they don't have a price because who asks that, right? I might say, where you like to eat at? Let's go get some lunch. And that's me tapping into their mind, trying to figure out where the fuck can I get better as an artist, as an overall, I want to say even a business. Right. Because at some point you become a business. And that's so
you are a business.
Yeah, I'm taking that backseat to try to learn that, but I'm also creating. So it's stressful at times. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be tired a lot of the time. But once I figure this shit out, which I'm getting close, I'm getting close to some shit. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna enjoy the process because I feel like I went through the process of what you call like forging. You put something in the fire, you burn it, and then you forge it, right? I've been getting forged, and that shit hurts so much to see so much shit go down the drain. Like I look at the streams on these songs, I'm like 50,000 streams, no money. Like I'm saying, like, but I know once I get it right though. It's gonna hit. So I'm excited about the next step for me.
All right, so how did you get into acting? That seems
once again the pandemic. Like niggas was bored, dog. Like
don't be a victim.
Yes, you tapped into it.
No, I had to do my research.
Sheesh. Shit. So all right. So
J Media Production.
Shout out to J Media, man. So J Media, we grew up together, man. We ran track together. He was like, yo, I got a spot on this little movie I'm doing. I want you to play it. I ain't know what the fuck the spot was. So I was like, I showed up to the house. You gonna play a homeless dude? All right, fuck it, let's do it. First time ever acted. Never acted before. And I killed his script. I got the whole neighborhood laughing and shit. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, I'm like, cool, this acting shit ain't that hard. Mind you, he never wrote a script for me. So if you watch that, everything I did in that little cameo, if you call it was like 15, 20 minutes of acting, I did off of just what the character was.
Right.
Off of research. It was like a homeless person. I see homeless people all the time in my neighborhood. I know how they act, you know what I mean, drugged up and all that. I know the stats. I just took some of those pieces and just threw it on there. So that goes well. So somebody on that set is a big player. Shout out to Pink Uchi. She's a fucking big player in this acting shit. Mm-hmm. She's like, yo, I got something else for you. I'm like, all right. I'm just showing up this shit at this point.
Right.
And I become, it's this piece I did. It's a part of a bigger show called Frankie and Jane. I played this roach. And it was like a Uno game.
That on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's an Uno game that me and OBH Flop, we sitting at a table and we just playing Uno. And it's a comedy joint. It started going, start going around the internet. People start seeing it. So that's another joint. So then I'm on that set, and they're like, yo, it's this dude named Heem. He doing a zombie piece. And he need extras of zombies. I show up, once again, just on time and just being professional, really. And not only do I think I'm playing a zombie, I'm just ready to play a zombie. I'm like, I'm working on my zombie walk and shit. And then this man says to me, and it was the most humbling thing, he was like, bro, I need you to do something else. I'm like, okay, what's the something else? The something else was to be a character. Only had 3 lines, right? But my crazy ass, I'm in the corner practicing my 3 lines. Like, I'm gonna hit these 3 lines with so much. So I'm doing my 3 lines, and Drizzy, shout out to Driz. I met Drizzy on the set. She was a special guest for that show. And she said something to me to this day that still sticks with me. She was like, I don't know who you are, but you got something. And I was like, wow. I respect her because what she does, if you haven't watched her Instagram, I seen her when she was with Triz. Now she's doing her own thing. She's doing comedy. She's doing shit at a high level. For somebody like that to say something about me with 3 lines, I'm like, shit. And then so I do the 3 lines. I'm talking to the cast and crew. And then he says, I got something for you. So that 7th episode, if you watch the 7th episode called Aim for the Head on YouTube, it's a good joint. Like, I honestly, I wouldn't even endorse it wasn't a good joint. It's a good joint. The 7th episode is literally damn near all me.
Oh shit!
I was supposed to be a zombie that day, and I fucked around and became a main character.
That's
you
what's
know what
up.
I'm saying. So that was that,
Right.
and then little time go by. I wasn't really doing too much. I did another zombie joint. I actually played a zombie at some point, so I played that. That came out. And then I get hit up by Devon. Actually, Nani hit me up, and she was like, "It's a new joint going on. I'm in it, and they looking for people." So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm in my acting bag and shit. I'm like, I got you. I show up to the audition. I get a part. I'm Reggie. This starts in a room, in a studio room, you know, about same space as this. Everybody just talking ideas out. We meeting and greeting. Next thing we on set, we shooting it. It's Let's Trade Places, right? We do it. We go through it. We finish it. We do the first one. We do the second one. I think never of it. I'm just like, all right, it's a movie. It's on YouTube. No, it's not on YouTube no more. Now it's on Tubi.
Oh shit!
So now I'm on Tubi. I got IMDb credits with my name on it. And I'm sitting like, how did this happen? I don't even understand it because really it's just, and this is another thing for artists, show up.
That's right.
I don't give a fuck if it's 5 people in the room or 35,000 people in the room. Just show up because by me showing up to all these places is really how I got my opportunity. Like, I can't tell you how I started acting. I just showed up though. And by me showing up to Jay, he got me into his movies. He got me in his show. LTP is 3 is coming out soon. Like, it's just a blessing, really. I can't say it's me because I just show up. I just show up not on time.
Yeah, you have to walk in your truth. You decided what you wanted to do, and you take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. Some people are too scared to jump on those opportunities when those opportunities are in front of them, and they don't realize that chance isn't going to come back around. But with you stepped into who you are and said, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And if I have an opportunity, I'm going to take it. Like, it's either going to go good or it's going to go bad. But
and it never goes bad.
Go good, so why not go?
It never goes bad because you have to make it what it is. If it's a small role as a pencil, whatever it is, if you play that role of a pencil right then and there, that next role might be John Q. Who knows? Like I'm saying, like you never know because I'm going to share this story too because it's something I really haven't told a lot of people. I did Talent Inc., which is like a talent corporation or a talent agency, and they had Zoom calls, like because everything pandemic was shut down. I did a Zoom call with White America, so I'm in front of the white faces of America, and I did we had to read like this Target interview thing, like an interview or some shit, and I'm like, I thought nothing of it. I go in there, I'm prepared. Once again, I got my notes, I'm ready to go. I perform, and I do my song, and then I go. I hung up. So they said, we're going to tell you later on, who got called back. Not only did I get the call back, they gave me a scholarship to cover partial of my tuition to actually attend this event. And this event is in Florida where you go in front of all these casting agents and they pretty much make decisions on what they want to cast you for. And you sit in these rooms with these contracts and you sit there and talk to these people for opportunities on major networks, NBC, ABC, all these things. But I didn't do it. And the reason why I didn't do it was simple. First of all, I didn't have the money. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even with the scholarship, shit was still crazy expensive. But I realized, like, I'm creative enough that if I really put my heart and mind into something, I can create the same quality of work that they're going to present for me. And it be my own thing. Because once you sign to a network, it's whatever that is. The character is gay, for example, right? Or is it the character is, you got to be that. I don't want to have to be something I don't want to be.
Right.
I want to act. I want to be in the roles that I want to be. Don't cast me as a drug dealer. Don't cast me. I want to be a lawyer, a principal, a pastor, or something like that. I don't want to.
Actor called, what's his name? Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
He cast himself in all his movies and make himself the man in every movie he.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you make yourself into what you want to be. So by me turning it down, it was twofold. It was like one side, I see that I have talent, because once again, I'm not an actor. I literally just started trying to tap into it. But the fact that white America called me back 3 times and I turned it down, I know now I gotta make that shit make sense. Otherwise, I'm just leaving money once again on the table, and I'm not trying to do that again after already seeing what the music is. So I'm like, all right, I left the money there. Now acting, like, come on, I can't keep fucking this money up. So it's like I gotta figure something out. So that's really what my next step is as an artist, is to tap into the creativity of all the artists around me and all the people around me that I've seen and I've met. So many creators in this city, like, it's crazy. So shout out to all that.
That's what's up, yo. You want to get into your music?
Are we tapping into something? We about to play something? All right.
Do he got some of your music? Toucan, do you got any music?
I was up here with Paulie in the game the other day. He might have something. I don't know.
Can you send it to him?
I could send it to him if that's what you want.
So what would you say you prefer more out of music and acting? What's your preference?
So, all right. I consider myself a what? I can't say the word, I ain't gonna lie. Theater-esque musician. So every song that I make in my mind already visually looks like a movie. So I don't separate the two. But if I had to put one emphasis on the other, I would say I like to be a musician more. But I love acting, if that makes sense. So I do love being a musician, but I love acting. So if you ever seen me perform, if you ever seen me perform, then you'll understand what I mean by that. Like I'm gonna act. I'm gonna be B Noir on the stage every night. But off the stage,
knowing the difference between an entertainer versus being a musician. Like an entertainer is going to want to do more visually,
right,
than a musician, than someone who just wants to make music.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I study. I watched J. Cole. He just did the festival that he had. He got his new festival, the Dreamville Festival. I studied his whole set and how he brought energy, because I used to think to myself, I make this type of music that's kind of a thoughtful, kind of soul music, but I still want to engage the crowds. But how can I do that if I'm just trying to get the, I want to make sure that same it's like when we in them crowds, you know what I'm saying? Because I dream this, and I might be crazy for dreaming this. I see myself on a big stage. If nothing else, I see myself on a big major stage. And I'm not talking about 5 years from now. I'm talking about soon. You feel me? Because I'm working hard now. So when that opportunity comes, I'm ready.
Just keep speaking it into existence.
Because I see myself in front of, the big ass festival made in America crowds. I love that energy. Because that energy is what I give to the small crowds now.
Right.
Right, as you should.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Like you said, speaking into existence.
Okay, Toucan. Could play us some music.
Ooh, where I put this? Love you, mama. Always teaching me something new. Yeah. Haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love, stream gon' stream, yeah. Money, that's that cream, yeah. Dollar bill, it's the dollar bill, yo. Yeah. Haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love, a stream gon' stream, yeah. Money, that's that green. Mama said there's more fishes in the stream. Yeah. Clownfish got your boy feeling like Nemo. I sing for you, but it's only C notes. You get paid in singles just to be this cute and single. Not off the top, but like the roof, the shingles. You a little shaky, and like mashed potatoes in the blocks, you a little flaky. Your love standing for days like from Windows mannequin. When you gon' stop being mad and let me be your man again? I never lose, cause I was taught to win. Support the grind, I support the love when you ain't even mine. That's bottom line, it's like it's adding up. I light your body in this room and I proceed to light these candles up. I use that flame just to spark my Dutch. And like bad kids that got each other's back, they can't fuck with us. What's love is this is love, but it ain't trust. It's like a train gon' be a train, and a bus gon' be a bus. And your body covered up the scars, but you healing though. And they ain't my girl like Ray Charles, I be feeling you. Haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love. A stream gon' stream, yeah. Money, that's that cream. Mama says more fishes in the sea. Yeah.
I mention fishes and not good women. The fact you so fine, my had me blinded my mind vision. You see me driving and compliment my women. You see the stream and compliment my fishing. I double sent the text, I hope you get it. I'm too legit, and this food is not no tuna fish. So you be swimming, leave it, girl. This is high class, no tuna at this dinner table. Yeah, no tuna at this dinner table. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting my time. Sitting on this bed, would you be mine? Hit your phone so you can press decline. And now you got my thoughts stuck, yeah, I'm really swimming. Shit, I can't even swim. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting my time. Sitting on this bed, would you be mine? Hit your phone so you can press decline. I'm stuck in my thoughts, yeah, I'm really swimming. Really swimming, really swimming. Haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love. A stream gon' stream, yeah. Money, that's that cream, mama said. Haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love. A stream gon' stream, yeah. Money, that's that cream, mama said. Mama said, haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love. Haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love, love. I love you, mama. I said, haters gon' hate, lovers gon' love. A stream gon' stream, yeah. Money, that's that cream, yeah. Mama said, yeah. It's more fishes in the sea. You ain't the only one for me, yeah. It's more fishes in that stream, right into it. Hancock. You say you play too much in your open credits and that's what. Girl, your body like a Coke bottle, how you curve out. Never seen that before. Girl, your body like a quota. But you're in the sunlight and you shine even more. If I were the stars and you were the moon, we'd be together like all night. But I am the sun, you are the moon. I only see you at night. Hey, pull it up with your quiet touch, loud hit even more. It's much best too when your ass still up. Baby, want you even more, but you don't even know that. So I don't even show that. No strings attached, but this a picture moment, and you better than a Kodak. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Maybe in another life we met before. Hey, but you already know. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Maybe in another life we met before. But you already know. So I'm at my ex-girlfriend's house and we watching Hancock the movie, and as we get closer together I realized that this is us on the screen. Because of that I had to leave, because the closer I get to you, the further away I get away from myself. I'm confused because at the end of the day they love each other, but for some reason they just can't be together, and that's true right now. So allow me to get back to the song because it's time to get away from you. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. No. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Maybe, baby. But you already know. You can sing this part with me if you want to. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Maybe in another life we met before. Maybe in another life we You can bother this part too now. Come on. This wasn't supposed to be for me. Hancock. And it's the X-Files.
Yes. That was the shit.
Okay. I wish I was in the studio right now so I could actually get the
Me too.
my phone
See,
not doing it.
I go to another place when I perform. See, I'm back to me now. I was being the war. I'm back to me. I'm myself again. But I love performing, like I said. So I think I appreciate you for that, for sure.
Yes, you give off a fucking vibe. It's just relaxing.
It's been a year in the making. Like Uptown open mic, shout out to them. AMF, I know they just shut down. I started there in the basement.
Shout out to AMF. Shout out to Mel.
I got to tell a quick story real quick, right? I was at AMF every week. Every week they had their open mic. I only did ciphers for like 4 weeks. And you know why? I had no songs. At the time I had no music. I didn't know I couldn't perform. People was like, "You're not performing now." I can't. I don't have no songs. What am I supposed to do? So I went to go record my first song. Was that my nephew recorded for me? He's put it on. Go ahead, do your thing. And I had Hancock, first song I ever did. If you listen to it on Apple Music, that's literally the first recording. That's why it sounds like it does. It's raw. Like we didn't edit it. It was just put it on.
Right.
Like it was just that. And that's why it sounds like it does.
No master,
no mix, no master. We just put it out raw, but people loved it. When I re-recorded, my friend from California, Mike, was like, "I hate it. I like the original. It got pain to it. It got a different sense to it." I'm like, "Well, nigga, hey, it's both out, so go get both of them." I don't
right.
give a fuck. And he did my artwork too, by the way. The artwork that you see, the Hancock artwork, that was by Mike Banks. He's a great artist out of California. He's from Philly, but he moved out there, and he's doing the art thing at a high level. So definitely tap in with him.
What's his name again?
His name on Instagram is Bike Minx. Bike Minx. He does a thing called Bike Minx Trail where he does art and like kind of meditation. And he puts them together. He does like a show. He does a lot of different things. So definitely tap. And he makes music as well. So tap in with him.
That sounds dope. We'll have to have you come back on because I wanted to
do
talk about this topic with you, but we don't got no time because we only got 10 minutes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine because we got to know you.
We always doing part 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta do this. I love this
Definitely
energy. I love this energy you guys got, and I love
that
this
way I can be in the building with you the next
Yeah,
time.
we need you back. Come on back. Come back home. But have fun, but come back.
Because you said you wanted to talk about inner peace.
Yeah, so I mean, we could like just preview it maybe a little bit. We got a little time.
Yeah, we got a little bit.
So I really picked that topic because I feel like that's been important for me, finding inner peace within myself. And I mean, not just peace as like a sense of just lawlessness or just being self-loathing, but more like an inner peace where you like, I understand my mission from whatever being you believe in, and taking it and be peaceful to understand that it's going to be war.
Right.
So you're going to go through a lot of shit to get to this, but you got to find an inner selfness. Is like, I'm gonna take this responsibility and do it. So that's what I meant more about inner peace, not just being peaceful and just being submissive, but more just being prepared for the mission that is ahead of you, whether it be in music or whatever your thing is. It's going to be a lot to get to that because a lot of people are doing the same thing you're doing.
Right.
Are you prepared for the doors shutting in your face and going back home and being okay with that? Or is it going to bother you that it fucks with your mental health? Because I'm real big on mental health right now. Because it's affected. I work with. I'm a coach during the daytime.
See, I'm at the exit too.
Yeah, I'm a coach.
Yeah, you definitely got to come back.
We definitely got a part 2.
But I wanted to say that because I deal with these high schoolers and they're dealing with issues, not just what we dealt with in high school. And our high school was like, totally I can't pay for lunch. But now it's like real shit, and it's like their mental is not doing well. So we have to be the call to charge. We got to put these events together and say, hey, it's okay. I've been doing this lately, and I mean, I think we should try to push something behind it. Asking people, how's your mental health today?
Right.
Not even saying how you doing. How's your mental health? And you got to be seeing like, I asked somebody the other day at Penn Relays, this lady, like she older than me. So how's your mental health? She said, honestly, not good.
I feel like that's something
like, oh, shit.
Close friends ask each other, but not
that's
like
thing,
random.
And it shouldn't be that way.
It
shouldn't be that way. It's so like, I'm not gonna ask this person how they feel, but it's like we have to, because if I can tap in with you long enough to say, hey, it's gonna be all right, that might be that one thing that keeps you alive.
Right.
So suicide is real. We got to be real. Some of these topics we got to talk about. Like the transgender thing, it's uncomfortable for some. And I ain't gonna lie, like I was like, damn, transgenders are shot. But it's like it's a topic. It's real life happening in front of us. Mental health is a real life thing. So we'll tap into it. We can whenever you're ready.
We definitely get into mental health.
I'll come back next Monday if you want me to. So just let me know.
Right.
You definitely can come back next Monday, and we're gonna go into this. See, we already got our topic for next week, you guys.
Right.
We doing
so
content creation.
I got my quote for today, since we did at least touch on the topic a little bit. My quote for today is, if it costs you your peace, then it's too expensive. Very simple and to the point, but it is what it is. If it costs you your peace, then it is too expensive. That costs too damn much. You can't give up your peace for anything, for anybody, for any price. It doesn't matter. You should be putting you and your peace number one on top of everything.
Facts.
I got a song called 420 is coming soon. Me and Smooth Latin is literally is about finding your peace. It's like is a song about finding your peace. So I can get you a hook if y'all want it.
Go ahead.
It's a hip hop joint, so it's like black lady said it ain't safe outside. Hope you're strapped up because I got my white copper just pass on by. Cause ain't nobody trying to die. I'm just trying to find my peace.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's
So
tough.
we
That's
got
tough.
we got. I mean, I'm working on a lot, guys. So I'm not gonna give y'all everything because I could be here for probably 7 hours to tell y'all.
Another couple hours, right? So we got Lucci, our authentic fly girl meteorologist, in the house every Monday
About to
at about
give you the fucking weather.
11:55 with the weather.
Yes, yes.
So the weather for today is 60 degrees right now. It'll be a high of 74 and a low of 50 tonight. Sunset is at 7:56, and that's when it'll start going down to like 68 too. Tuesday 71. Wednesday it's gonna rain, a 60% chance, but it's gonna be 69 degrees. Thursday it's going to be 73 degrees, partly sunny. Friday it's gonna rain. Why I gotta rain on the fly day? Hopefully it doesn't rain. Hopefully that changes. But rain or shine. So it's gonna be fly on the fly day. 70% chance of rain, 65 degrees. Saturday is gonna be a 70% chance of rain and 56 degrees. It's like switched and shit. And then Sunday it's gonna be 57 degrees and cloudy. And then on a Monday it's going to be 66, but it's not going to be 66, and I'm going to tell you that again, what the weather going to be. And, that's the weather for the week.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to get a weather board, you guys.
Yeah.
Toucan got some things coming. I'm going to have my weather in the back. It's going to be awesome. Just wait. Coming soon.
I'm excited. Well, thank you so much to our guests. Can you tell them where to find you and where to find your music and where to find you, the films and all of that?
Okay, I'm gonna plug everything. All right, here we go. All right, B Noir 1992 on Instagram. That's my Instagram. I follow back. As far as the music on Apple Music, if you want to find my Apple Music, it's nothing new up there, but it's under Black Noir. That was my original name, Black Noir. I haven't changed it. That's another thing I'm working on. My new music is on SoundCloud under B Noir or Black Noir. Either one you can find it. A lot of the new stuff that you heard today and is on there. The movies, I got Aim for the Head. That's a show. It's an 8 to 9 part episode show. It's really good. About 10 minutes an episode. It's a zombie flick. It's on YouTube right now. Aim for the Head. My episode is 7, but I will watch the whole show. It's a good show. And then Let's Trade Places 1 and 2 is now on Tubi right now. So tap into that. If you like hood dramas, this is that. So definitely tap in. There's a lot of ratchetness. My name is Reggie in the show, and my baby mom is the main character, Jules, and I have a wife named Marie. I'm going to just give y'all a little preview. In part 2, Marie, which is my wife, gets shot by my baby mom. It's a whole bunch of fucking drama going on.
Shit.
So definitely tap in. Trap into 1 and 2 is on, like I said, Tubi. It's a free app. You download the app and just chop in Let's Trade Places 1 and 2, and then hopefully you enjoy it.
All right. Well, make sure y'all tapping in. We about to get out of here. Remember to walk through your day with the 3 C's: courage, connection, and compassion.
And stay on your 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That was hard to say every time. We out of here, Toucan.
We out of here. Thank you.